got her kick-ass shoes on now.
I've taken the heels off.
She's taking the heels off.
Exactly. So, who here is having a fantastic day? Show of hands. Woo! It's great to be here. So, who would like to know how they can earn some extra revenue in their business this year? Show of hands. Okay, great. You are in exactly the right place. I'm going to be with you for some short 30 minutes. So I know you've had a long day. I appreciate it. Me too. I flew out at some ungodly hour this morning. But I promise you, I'm going to reveal to you my top 4 secrets to success selling on Amazon. Hopefully, you'll get loads of golden nuggets out of it. I am going to do a quick Q&A at the end. So if you want to fire away questions, you can. I also appreciate some people don't want to ask, so I am going to stay for cocktails, of course, because it would be rude not to. So if you want to come and find me, happy to chat through anything you want. As I said, my name is Kelly, and I'm going to be here for the next 30 minutes, but hopefully you won't all fall asleep. So why Amazon and why now? Well, look, an Amazon business is pretty easy to get started, and it's pretty inexpensive. What I mean by inexpensive is if you were to set up a salon business, a store business, obviously you've got to get lease, premises, staff. So actually the barrier to entry for an Amazon business is actually relatively inexpensive, okay? So you can also do it from home in your spare time. So most of my students actually keep the full-time job, even though some of them really don't like their full-time jobs, while they're building their Amazon business. And that's absolutely fine because actually it's almost better because you've got the security and they're working away on their sort of all their spare hours they've got, whether it's evenings, weekends, and they're starting their second business. What's also important is to become a seller, to become somebody that people buy from, rather than always consuming, okay? We're such great consumers. Who actually here has got digital products already? Anybody selling online? Fantastic. Okay, quite a lot already. I don't need to speak to the converted. So the model that I teach and the model that I recommend, if you ever decide to do an Amazon business, is Amazon FBA. What that means, and I'm sorry if some of you already know this, it means fulfilled by Amazon. It's a totally scalable Amazon business model. And feel free to take screenshots, by the way. I'm not, rather than write everything down. So fulfilled by Amazon means you can basically have your product made in the factory and then deliver directly to Amazon. You don't have to touch it. That's why this is a hands-off business model. I'm not teaching you to be busy fools. Amazon will then take your product, they'll store it, and they'll pick, they'll pack, and they'll ship it prime. So as your business scales, Amazon do all of the heavy lifting. This is why it's a brilliant business model, okay? And again, something that you can do all of the time, you can build it while you are doing other things, okay? What we also know is that Amazon, we know that 85% of young consumers are now buying one product at least from Amazon a week. Now, I know this to be true because I've got 3 children, my daughter's 17, and she definitely buys more than one product a week. So we can't ignore the fact that Amazon is there. I know it's not as established here in the Netherlands, but I know a lot of you from different countries. Germany, for instance, is a powerhouse, 5 times bigger on average than the UK. UK is huge. All of Europe's pretty big, okay? America, even bigger. The nice thing also about selling on Amazon is that you don't actually need to live in a country to sell in a different country. So, for instance, I am UK-based. I can basically sell on any Amazon in the world, which is absolutely brilliant because I don't need to be in the States to sell in the States, and that's one of the biggest markets in the world. So it gives you that barrier. There's no barrier to entrance. It gives you that open platform to actually sell to the world. And what better place to be in front of millions and millions of eyeballs? So when you first make your product in Amazon, you can only deliver 200 products directly from your factory to your warehouse, to Amazon's warehouse. But as soon as you start selling a lot, Amazon let you send even more. So you can just scale, add more products as you go along. Who here has got Amazon Prime? Okay, not bad. Okay, so again, if I was in a UK audience now, 8 out of 10 people would be putting their hands up. Okay, so obviously as Amazon progresses in the Netherlands and in countries, there's going to be more and more prime buyers. Okay, and studies show now that people start searching in Amazon rather than Google. So again, bypassing the search engines. Okay. Amazon is for you if you are worried at all about your finances. Maybe you just want that second income. Maybe you're thinking, do you know what? I just want more income. There's nothing wrong with that. We've heard from amazing speakers today talking about, financial freedom, literacy, like how we can be more empowered. Nothing wrong with wanting more stability. And in fact, what an automated Amazon business can do for you, it's almost like it can future-proof your income because we know Amazon's not going away. Now, there's some fundamental rules I will talk about when we're in my top 4 secrets to success on Amazon to ensure that we can future-proof our Amazon product and therefore our business because we're going to build more than just a product. We're going to be building a brand, okay? There's so much talk about personal brands, and it's absolutely right. So with Amazon, it's not just about selling a product. We're going to be selling a product, but it's way more than that, okay? And if you can get your head around that, I promise you can build a business that is bulletproof, okay? So this is a way that you can absolutely future-proof your income. So just a little bit about my why before I jump into the 4 secrets. I started off my life as a professional dancer. I am nothing special. I didn't go to Harvard. I don't have a business degree. If I can do this, you can too. I'm married for over 20 years. That's my husband and my 3 kids. And my product journey began in this hair salon here in the West End of London. My husband was a very well-known hairdresser, but I met him and he had a salon in the West End. From our salons, we grew the salon business and makeover studios. And from there, when we were making over lots and lots of women coming through the makeover studios, I had an idea in 2005 that I should have my own makeup brand because all the makeup artists were getting out their kits every day, Bobbi Brown, MAC, you name it. And I thought, well, that's all well and good, but they go home and they can't take anything with them. So I actually created my brand, and I went on to have an award-winning brand, and with many Beauty Bible awards, Tatler Award winners, and also winning Best New Coming Brand on QVC. I was on QVC Germany as well, but Italy every 6 weeks, and the UK, as well as in America, TSC in Canada, and TVSN in Australia. And the reason I tell you this, it's not to show off to say, well, I've done this. So what? Who cares? But what it shows you is anything is possible. And with the 4 secrets I'm going to show you today, it doesn't matter if your aspirations are online, if your aspirations are TV shopping or bricks and mortar stores. It all starts off with the same research, okay? And now we're in an age where back in 2005, we didn't have all the data to be able to see where are the gaps, where can we invent a product or create a product. Now we have all of the data. So it's almost like reverse engineering it. Okay, I want to be in this category. How can I find something where there's room in the top 10 to get in? And obviously we want to be in the top 10 because we want to be on the first page because that's where all the impressions are, okay? So it's almost like now we take the data and we come back and we create a brand. So then we went on to open more salons in House of Fraser and Debenhams, and actually my cosmetics story began really in Debenhams. Thankfully, they gave me a stand in the ladies' fashion on first floor, and we did so well. We got moved to the main cosmetics hall, and on and on and on. So just a little bit about me. My current projects, obviously, I have an Amazon agency. We look after normal corporate brands, so people that already have established brands. We run them for them in the UK, Germany, all the big markets, US. I also teach Amazon to everybody to help them create their own brands. I'm working with TikTok Shop and TK Maxx. I've worked with TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, some of you might know it as, for 17 years. I hold this store group very dear to my heart because I've worked with them first in makeup, and now I sell tech and fragrance. I don't know why, but that's what it is. And I'm working with The Apprentice, one of the people on The Apprentice in the UK, to create a brand. So these are some of the sales in our agency side. Again, just a client that's launched in the US. We've done over 154,000. I mean, the numbers coming out of the States, they are incredibly huge. But again, you need more investment to start in those kind of markets. So again, it's all relative, you know. Enough about that. I'm going to start revealing my top secrets. Who's ready to hear some secrets? Yes! Woo! Okay. Secret number 1 is all about product research. You can take a quick snap of this, and you can get a free trial. Now, there are some caveats. Some of the research tools don't work in the Netherlands, but they work on different platforms. So all you need to do is, if you, for instance, download this, you can download it also on your laptop. How you use it, make sure you're in the Chrome browser, by the way, else it doesn't work. If you go and open Amazon.de, say if you're looking in Germany, or .co.uk, you literally then just tap this. You can put it on I always put it on the top of my toolbar, and it will pull up some data. It looks a bit like this, okay? Now, I appreciate that not all of us have got great eyesight, me included, but I typed in anti-bark collar, okay? This was one of my products back quite a few years ago. And I'm sorry if you can't see it, or you've got one over there, thankfully. I know this looks like a load of gobbledygook, but what I'm trying to highlight on this slide is there's so much information that you can get from the research tools. Now, nobody wants us to know about this because all the big brands are getting ahead. They're getting all the sales. But people like us, we want to create brands too, right? We want a bit of the pie. And we can use these research tools to help us. So, for instance, what you can see here is how much money in the revenue column. You can see how much money people are taking per month. So I'm not sure what the top seller says here. I don't think I've got a little laser. So here's the revenue right up here, okay? This is per month, and this is in the UK, about 30,000, I think it says. So what I'm looking for when I'm looking at these numbers are quite a few different things. I'm looking to see, is this brand dominant in the top 10, okay? Is it the same brand that appears? If it is, I move on in my research, okay? Because I don't want to get into a category that's too brand dominant, because it means that people are searching for that brand, okay? I also get to look at things like the private label score. I get to look at the price, the FBA fees. Now, remember, because Amazon are going to be doing all the heavy lifting, they're going to charge you a price of every single sale. But that's fair enough, because if we had to have our own warehouse and our staff and all the kind of holiday pay, we'd have to pay them quite handsomely. So that portion that comes in the FBA fees is the proportion of each sale that they will deduct. But it doesn't matter, because Amazon are still paying us every 2 weeks, and what's left, obviously after our cost of goods and our taxes, is profit, okay? We can also see there the number of reviews, and we'll get onto that one a little bit later. This is where you start. When you think, I've got an idea. Maybe something you're passionate about. Maybe there's something that you just know more than someone else. Maybe you're an expert gardener. Maybe, I think Marissa, amazing lawyer, like, wow. So she could maybe find something in that niche. So whatever is your kind of, and it doesn't always have to be, it could be one of your kids, or it could be a brother, and again, it doesn't have to be. But if you know something more about a subject than anybody else, you can really get ahead, because you can look at that product and go, ooh, how am I going to change it? How am I going to make this interesting? Okay? So, what do you buy from Amazon? Is there something you brought that you can improve upon? Is there a problem that you can solve? Consider all of these things when you're starting your research. Of course, there's other ways to start your research as well from inside the database, but this is where I would start. So, download the free tool, and when you get back, maybe to the office on Monday, download the free tool and have a play, okay? Because I promise you, you'll find some real hidden gems. And it's important to also look at the revenue and how many units you're selling to make sure you've got the right kind of investment, okay? We're going to move on. Secret number 2. Who's ready for secret number 2? Woo! All right. We've got energy back in this room. So we found a product. Now it's step 2. Now we're going to find ourselves a manufacturer. So people say to me, what, we're actually going to make this product? And I'm like, well, what do you think we're going to do? Like, we have to sell something. So now we've found the product. Now we're going to actually make it. Now, I'm only using Alibaba as an example. There are loads more places to source products from. This is just a sourcing website. It's actually not all Chinese suppliers. You can get European suppliers, American suppliers, I mean, you name it. You can actually search down the left-hand side. You can search for country. So if there's something like specific you want to search in India, for instance, then you could just search that country. What is great about this is when you're just top-lining, so say you've got 5 ideas and you're just top-lining, okay, I've got idea 1. It's a great place to come to and just get a quick figure for your spreadsheet. Okay, so say, oh yeah, I'm going to sell this for £40. You come here, what's it going to cost me? I know that we haven't branded it. I know that we haven't talked about minimum order quantities, but you can come here and you can just get an idea, okay? That's what it's good for. There's loads of other sourcing websites. And of course, if you're going to do supplements or body care or whatever, I would always recommend to do it local and organic and all of that jazz. So again, it just depends what you're sourcing. What's also great about Alibaba is you can source by certification, by international standards, so you can make sure that they're compliant with all of our standards. That's one that I really love because you know then the product is going to be safe, okay? So, very, very easy to find. Go to Amazon.co.uk if you're searching, if you want to sell on Amazon UK, if you want to sell in Germany, if you want to sell here, it's .nl, obviously, whichever country prefix at the end. Then you open your AMZScout and you hit the button, you look at the research, and then you can go to Alibaba directly and get that price, get the MOQ, have a quick look, okay? What's this going to cost me? Does this work? And so on. Okay, top secret number 3. Are we ready? Yeah. Woo! All right. And you know what? It's nearly 5:10. I mean, we're nearly into cocktail hour. So, you know, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Number 3 is all about creating a private label brand. Now, we're not going to just take that product off Alibaba or off one of the other sourcing websites and stick it onto Amazon. Does anybody know why? Anybody?
Yeah, because then the other brand will sell.
Exactly. Everyone then just copies, okay? We are not a copycat. Okay, look at the top image for me. On the right, on the left even, you've got a plain cup. On the right, you've got the iconic design. We don't even have to say what that brand is. Which one are you going to pay more money for? The one on the left or the one on the right? Because it gives us quality, brand loyalty. We're like, we already know we can taste the coffee. We're like, wow, yeah, I'm going there. This is what you're trying to do when you create a brand. We're not going to be the Starbucks straight away, but we're trying to create a brand, a point of difference that people trust us and then they want to buy from us again, okay? If we take our time when sourcing the product and we really, really put our brains into motion, then you will win big time. If you just make some copycat product, forget it. People call me, I had a guy last week, oh, I need a bit of help with my Amazon business. And I said, oh, okay, sure. Where did you get my number? Oh, I found your number, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, fine. I said, look, go ahead. He said, I've bought loads of products. Amazon FBA doesn't work. I'm not making any money. And I said to him, well, what have you actually done? And he said, well, I went to Alibaba, bought loads of products, and I'm selling them on Amazon. And I was like, Did you brand them? Did you do research? No. And I was like, okay, fundamental mistakes. Also, he was selling at too low a price point. So again, there are steps to success in selling, okay? That third product is mine. I sell in TK Maxx. I have a store business as well. And obviously the bottom, that candle on the left is 85 pence in Tesco's or £1, something like that. On the right, that's a candle brand, Nicola Elliott and her husband Oliver that I know. Huge brand now. They're selling that candle for like 48, 50 pounds. Now, I'm not saying that there's not much difference. Of course there is. Thicker glass, organic, you know, but people buy brands. So if you can emulate, you can charge more, and people will come and buy from you again and again, okay? Look at all these copycats. It does make me laugh. You can go onto Alibaba. Next time you're shopping on Amazon, do me a favor, don't just put it in your basket. Just quickly look at it and then just go to Alibaba. See if you can find exactly the same product. Yeah, well, of course, it's cheap, it's trade, right? But the challenge is, if I found it so easy, someone else is going to find your product so easy. So we have to, like, be a bit creative. It's all about brand. We have to improve the products. Maybe we change the size, the material, right? We get underneath the hood of the car, okay, and we change things. If you build your brand assets correctly, you can sell your Amazon brand. Who knew that you could sell an Amazon brand? Hands up. So like people flip houses, people flip Amazon brands. There's a website called Empire Flippers. Have a look at it after. You'll see that people are selling their Amazon brands for 45 to 48 times X their profit per month. And some of them are selling their brands after they've had a brand for 6 months. Secret number 4. It's our last secret. Are we ready? Okay. I know I've only got 5 minutes, so I am rushing now. Profit. Secret number 4 is all about profit. We don't even start sampling until we have done all of these checks, made sure that everything works, the selling price, the buying price. We also look for a higher price point. We are not selling at the £5, at the £10. Remove those price points from your head, okay? It's practically impossible, unless you are a big global brand, to make any money on Amazon under £30, 30 euros. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? You can, 25, yes, but if you're a brand new brand and you're coming into quite a competitive category, you've got ads, you've got taxes, you've got quite a few things to pay for, you need to be looking at higher perception. Quick example, Joseph and Joseph, or Joseph Joseph, it's a bin, basically, a recycling bin and a regular bin. And it has some funky features. I think it's about £80. This product here makes about 30k a month consistently in the UK. Not bad, but they've done the research, they've got the brand, they offer a really lovely bin, it's well thought out. So again, if you put the effort and the energy into the product, the sales will come. Reviews leave clues. If you are looking at a product, read the reviews. Because in the UK, I don't know about here, people always moan about what they don't like. Well, that's fantastic if you're an Amazon seller, because all you need to do is read the reviews, okay, and get rid of them. So read the reviews, they leave clues. This is an example here of a racking system, a 5-tier racking system, £77.99. This product makes over £3,000 a month. Now, I'm not showing you this because it's a big revenue, but if somebody wanted to earn £5,000 extra a month, they could sell this product and just they'd need one more. That's kind of how it works, okay? So first you get one product, you start selling it, you get it consistent, and then you can add another one. You might then add the 4-tier or the 3-tier, or you may add something then completely different. So 5 things, actually 6 things, that can kill your Amazon business: not getting started, poor product selection. Remember, we have to start with the research. Inadequate product quality, ignoring competition and market trends, ineffective marketing and promotions, and lack of inventory. Of course, when you start selling, you need to make sure you've always got inventory. As I said before, always put your customer at the center of your Amazon journey. If you think about that customer from the minute you start making the product, you will win. So that's literally how the product will feel, will work. Have you tested it? Have you sampled it? Where are you putting the branding? Have you read the reviews? Have you improved the product? All of that stuff, yeah? Taking your time to create something amazing. Do it right, do it once, yeah? Is Amazon too crowded? Absolutely not. And we've got loads of new markets opening all the time. You guys have got a great market right here. Some of the testimonials from my students. And just before I open for Q&A, some numbers from Amazon. What is great about Amazon is if you can think of a product that is also giftable. We don't look at seasonality and seasonal products because the challenge is with that, you get all the products in stock, you sell loads, and then you've got nothing for another 10 months. And maybe you've got to then sit on stock and pay FBA to store your products. And that's not great because you're then, spending all of your profit that you've made. So we try to look for products that work all year round, especially as a first-time product, okay? So stick away from seasonal. But if you can think of a product that's also giftable, you will do unbelievably well. This product in the UK is not brain science. And in fact, these candles are so small, it's actually a joke. But they're doing over £42,000 a month in each of their gift sets. But again, because it's not a great price point, but I just wanted to highlight the gift, because I just wanted to take some of what's actually on there today. But what's amazing is they've just put it in a beautiful box. And all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, I need a present for my mum. Great, tick the box, yeah? So if you can fall into those gift categories, especially like the £30, the £40, the €30, the €40, then you will win even bigger because people want to buy people gifts, and it's almost like you just want to solve a solution. And, people have less and less time, so it's like, yeah, that'll do, boom, 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 okay? Again, this product I found, I was quickly looking at gardening because one of my clients is in gardening. £90 this sells for. I mean, the cost of goods can't be that much for this product. They're doing like over 20k a month. It's lovely profit on this product a month. One product, that's it. They've done the work. £20,000. Imagine if you take something like this and you put it in America. £200,000 a month. Yeah, I know you've got to buy the stock. Germany is probably 100. So again, just to give you like scales of like the different markets. So, is Amazon FBA for you? Finishing slides. You can all relax, breathe a sigh of relief. I'm leaving very soon. FBA is a long-term commitment. The challenge with an Amazon business is it attracts get rich. Oh yeah, I want to get rich, got £500, I'm going to have £1 million tomorrow. It is not that kind of business. But if you take your time, patience, 3 to 6 months, research, find the right product, do the branding, you can absolutely win. And it's daily dedication. I think one of the speakers from the bank, that lady, that amazing lady, she was talking about dedication. Daily dedication, even 10 minutes, half an hour, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've got, just do something every single day. Focus on the customer. What do you like? What you like is probably what the customer likes. And have a strategic approach. Build for the future, not just for today. And my final thought is embrace patience, quality and strategy. Amazon rewards those who think long-term. Before I go, I've got an option for you, and I've got 1 minute left. You can take what I've taught you today, because I know that this will help you loads, but I've also got that little option there on number 2. If you want to work with me, you can actually take a picture of that, and you can go and see these people over here after. It's, how much is it, please? Sorry, I forgot. 3, sorry, that's not very, 348. You get personal Zoom call with me. We scope out your Amazon product, your path, 90 minutes, so we can break it up into 245s. You get access to some of my tools as well and my course. And we get to know each other better. And depending on, obviously, what monies you've got to spend, I can really help you map out that business for you. So that is it. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. And
We have 5 minutes question.
oh, I'm back.
Back. Yes.
I just heard you say, depending on how much money you have to spend.
Correct.
So, how much money is needed to start?
Great question. So many people, everybody has different ideas. So some clients come to me and say, I want to get to £10,000 a month, $10,000 a month. And then what we do is we work on the research to find them a product that would fit that. But what it means is that investment in that initial stock will be slightly higher than somebody that just wants to earn 2,000 or 3,000 euros, pounds a month. So on average, I would say about £2,500 euros you're looking at for that first stock. And again, there may need to be a second investment before the profit starts to come back, depending on how much inventory. So we can start with 200 units, whether we have some held on site somewhere else, or whether we need to reorder before the money starts churning back. So that's what I said. It's a relatively inexpensive business to start compared to other businesses, but there's still an investment cost. You don't need that money on day one. You can just start learning. You can take the notes, start learning the system. Because it's going to take you a few months to find the product, to research the product, to get the samples. So you're not going to need that investment on day one.
Second question?
Yes.
How you think about drop shipping?
I don't like drop shipping. And I'll elaborate that really quickly. I only teach FBA because that's what I know, and I'm sort of private brand through and through. Drop shipping is challenging because you only make the money from what you buy to what you sell, and you have to always keep looking for, there's tools around, but you have to keep looking for new products all the time. So what I like about FBA is if you do all the research properly in the beginning, you don't have to keep doing it. Obviously, you need to do it for your next product, but with drop shipping, you never own the brand. So you just got to keep looking all the time for new and new and new. And that, for me, is challenging. And you're against sellers selling the same branded product. So it's hard. I think it's very hard business. You're welcome. Any more?
Yeah.
Great presentation, loved
Ah,
it.
thank you,
Hi.
darling.
My question is, and great dress too. My question is, if you're someone potentially looking at this as like a side hustle,
Yeah.
how much work do you think is required once it's up and running to actually maintain the business? I mean, I'm sure it depends on how much you want to scale it. But again, if it's not your core business,
Yes.
and you're wanting to, because you have an idea that you want to plant and see if it grows.
Yeah, so this is where sometimes people chuck it to an agency like ours and we run the business for you. If you were doing it yourself, it depends, again, how aggressive your category is. So if you've done your research really well and you're in a category that's maybe a new emerging niche and you're one of the first in your category, you're going to relatively only need to spend probably 45 minutes to an hour once your product's set up and you've set your initial ads. What you always need to allow time for is just checking every day, every couple of days, just click on the app on your phone, make sure your account health is good, and just make sure there's no questions from Amazon. But really, once your product is up and running, about 45 minutes to an hour a week. Obviously, if you're in an aggressive market, so if you're in Germany or the UK or the States and your product's turning over 20, 30, 40,000, you're probably going to be in that account a lot more because you're going to be always checking the inventory. You're probably going to run the inventory tool as well. So again, depends how much appetite you've got for it. So you could just have quite a low-key product, but if you really want to get into it, then you're probably looking at 2-3 hours a week.
Second question, do you also assist on the manufacturing side? I mean, do you educate potential
Yes.
sellers about, well, hey, here's where
Do the whole stuff. Do the whole stuff, yeah. In loads of detail and help, yeah.
great, thanks.
Wonderful. I think, are we out of time?
We're out of time.
20 seconds. Anybody got a
seconds?
question for 20
19,
seconds?
18.
Here we are.
Lady in the purple.
What about taxes?
Taxes and VAT.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not a tax lawyer, so I don't know about every specific state. So you would have to kind of, I know overall in the States there's taxes, but I don't know Texas specifically. I don't have any clients in Texas, so. Yes. Oh, taxes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So basically, your taxes get taken off at the top. So you can enroll in lots of different programs. If you're in the UK and you open a new limited company, there's a threshold. There's different thresholds in different countries. But yeah, you can automatically pay it. So it just comes off and it's dealt with. And that's the easiest way. All right. Thank you so much.
Woo!